Well, I got a rental truck because well, my big moving van's not. I don't know. It won't start. Something's up with it. Kind of a problem. I gotta take a look at it. I don't know, open the hood, and I don't know if it's the distributor cap, or a sensor or something. But yeah, towing a truck is really expensive like that because it weighs like 13,000 pounds, so that's like 6.5 tons. So that would be expensive to tow. So I'm gonna get this thing started, this rental truck here, and fill it up. I mean, what choice do I have? It's either that or close up shop. And I'd rather use this than my pickup truck because, you know, moving van's a lot bigger than, 8-foot bed in a pickup. What am I gonna get for a pickup truck load at a junkyard? Like a couple $100 at the most. I gotta figure out all that time driving there, the time unloading it, and fuel, and to get back, and the drive back. So that's like probably a total of like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending on traffic. So yeah, load this sucker up right here. This is a lot bigger. It's like 15 feet, 16 feet. So I'm gonna fill this up, and maybe I'll film that, and I'll definitely put that in the video, unloading the thing, because I know a few of you guys wanted me to put that in a video, unloading the truck. I can't say this enough, but this is about the most exercise machine was probably ever see, and has ever seen, is somebody lifting it up off the ground and putting it up on a moving van, and then getting rid of it at the junkyard. It's crazy. I mean, all this dirt and stuff like that is mainly for me, picking it up. What a waste. Seems that way. I mean, I really do. I mean, I find so many of these things that, us Americans, we just rather be fat, I guess. Or something. I mean, I don't know what the deal is. I just know that people, a lot of times people try to sell them at garage sales, and they don't get bought. I don't know if they're too heavy for people to pick up and put in their minivan or whatever they bring to a garage sale or a flea market. But hot trash. Boards off of appliances is actually it's it's part of the scrap game, and it's an important part. Some other scrappers on YouTube, Scrap and Pallet Man, and a few others, have mentioned that, I don't know, it's like 25% of his take, but I still cut them off. But I wouldn't say that it's any more than about 1%. Really, I mean, I still cut them off. Every little bit helps, but yeah, I'm heavy into the steel, kind of like Donkey Dog. He's really into the metal, but I'm sure he scraps just about everything that you can scrap. But me, it doesn't seem like it adds up to the total take for steel is mostly my bread and butter. Everything else is kind of like a little, I don't know, ends up being like gas money and everything else, because, well, now I got 3 of these, for instance, and they all have the motors in them still. I'm not going to take them out. Now, motors right now are only 15 cents a pound, and I'm getting 9.25 cents a pound for scrap iron. So, I don't know, for that, 5.25 cents. I mean, if I had to, I'd take them out, but I don't know. It only would add up to what, like $2 or $3 more, and the amount of time that I have to put into doing it. I mean, it would have to be really slow scrapping, maybe during the winter, for me to do that. Then I might consider it. But I got so much other, like aluminum and copper, brass, and stuff like that. I just let that accumulate, and when it starts getting slow, that's a darn good reason for, you know, for having this silly warehouse here. That's why I started really going at it. When it gets slow, like after January, well, actually, after the new year, it starts getting slow. So you get that first super cold wave in January, and then that's when people don't want to put anything out. So there's about 2 months there, January and February, where it's kind of slow. You know, that's the good thing about that first little warm spell, like in March, you know, when it gets up to like 40 or 50 degrees after being super cold out. People like start looking around the yard. All the snow is kind of melted. All that's out there is like maybe old dog poop. They see that barbecue is like tipped over from, you know, snowstorms or whatever. It's just, this stuff starts suddenly appearing out on the curb. That and bikes, and, it's just unbelievable. You can hardly keep up with it after winter time. Dilemmas. I got a hot water heater in here, and there's some water in it though, and sediment, probably mostly sediment. Those suckers really kind of heavy. So if there's a lot of water in there, in sediment, it's going to make a big mess on the floor. Yeah. So, but I am going to take that brass part off. I mean, I don't know what's more valuable, the water and sediment inside, or this control valve. Take that off. But no matter what, I'm going to take the brass part off. Because that I would say is $1 right there. That's a dollar bill. So I'm not gonna let that go. Not too many junkmen would let something like that go. Just like, there's a dollar around there. Lift that sucker up. This pipe wrench here, found it for free. Well, actually, people do say that, you know, hey, I got this for free, but it did. I'm holding the camera. Yeah, but did you really? Because, you know, you used your time and your gas to get it. What's that worth? So it's actually not free. It's free, but it's not free. You just didn't directly spend money on it. Still did cost you money. You had to pay for the card or the truck to pick it up, because that truck probably wasn't free. And the fuel to drive it, that's not free. Right? And how about the insurance and the license plates and everything else like that? So, yeah, free. Kind of a misnomer. Nothing really is free. But yeah, these, I tried to get these off. They're on there. It's just a little bit of copper. I don't know. Hate to see copper get thrown away. Along with the steel. Hey, I banging it around, loosened it. Look at that. My own camera made me into a liar, but I couldn't get that thing off, and I banged it around, getting it up here, and did the trick. Not this one though. No. Oh well. Alright, let's get this thing filled. I'm wasting time. Yeah, I found this lamp a little earlier today, and I never looked, but I realized there's a light in there. I mean, it's no big deal, but free over good. I live by that motto. If it works, might as well keep it. You know, why buy anything, right? Put that there. What else we got? And then filling this truck. That's part of the barbecue. That sucker's brass. I ain't gonna give that away. You know, for the amount of effort that it takes to take that piece out, that's like probably worth about $1. Get that out of there. Harbor Freight tools. And me. Oh, hey, the one screw just fell out of there. Alright. Yeah, it's got a couple more screws in there, but you know, right now I'm primarily focused on trying to fill the truck here. So, this right here, I guess I could spend the time taking it apart, but I want to fill the truck. You know, it's a rental truck, and I have to have it back. And, well, if I hold on to it, it's going to cost me money. So this is my dilemma. If I start breaking things down to the finer points, which this is worth way more than just scrap, then I keep the truck longer. And then where am I? So I'm forced to, well, right now I'm like totally disorganized, but put it in one of these brass barrels here. And my problem is to keep the hoarding away. So I can hoard onto this, but if I just like launch it into the pile right here, I mean, when am I gonna find it? Like a month from now? Yeah, so my big deal is getting organized, working on being organized, and staying that way. And this stuff, I guess I could, you know, copper, it's always gonna be worth more than a zero. So I don't know. I'll just hang on to it, wait until I got, you know, maybe fill a couple of drums with the copper, or I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think, but like Donkey Dog, you know, commented he makes most of his money off of scrap, and so do I. So this stuff is just this is like a side thing. So I know for a lot of people, you know, they really focus in on the copper and the brass, which is great because, you know, pound for pound, it really beats steel, because for me, steel is only 9.25 cents a pound. And brass is like $1.30, and copper's, I don't know, it's been a little while since I last checked or turned it in, but a couple weeks ago it was like $2.15 for number one. $2.15, $2.20, something like that. I know it's going up. You know, it went up like 10 cents in the last week, so yeah. I'm gonna continue filling the truck. I'm gonna pick through this pile here. That's another good thing about having a scrapping warehouse is I get to kind of like when I fill the truck for the junkyard, I've got, well, you know, I picked this up because it is, a lot of these things are actually aluminum. So this one right here, even though it looks like plastic, this sucker's aluminum. You bend it and it stays bent. Plastic one it wouldn't stay that way. So just take a box cutter, cut these strings, and now you free off this steel bar in here. Or if you really want to be shitty, you just bundle it with a bunch of other aluminum, some like clean aluminum. I know this would be like being a real dirty dog, but not that it can't be done. You take some aluminum stock like this, I know it's extrusion, and you bundle it all together with that right here. And you know, a blind man and a fast horse doesn't see much. So when you go throw it off the truck, especially if you have like a half a ton or a whole ton of aluminum, you got so much aluminum. It's like the guys that are standing at the junkyard, they get tired of, you know, the inspector guys, they kind of get tired of watching them throw stuff off, and especially if there's a bunch of other scrappers there throwing stuff off. You know, their attention is split between you and, well, you know, the other 10 people that might be there. So, you learn to use your ears as eyeballs to know when people are looking. But, yeah, you want to be accountable for your scrap, so it's not something that you should really make a habit of. Because then you become a focus and a target for them. Because when you come in there, they'll be waiting for you. They'll be watching you really close. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you have like a real lot of aluminum, you know, if there's a little bit of shitty stuff in there, you got too lazy to rip apart, I don't think that they, I mean, I don't know. They've never really like called me out ever, so maybe a couple of times, you know, like if I had something with too much wood on it, they'll take like 25 pounds off and 50 pounds off. But they're pretty good about it, so I try to be as good as I can to them. I mean, they'll even take these, well, this door right here, this is a steel clad door, but a lot of yards they won't take them, but a couple of the yards that I go to, they'll take them. I mean, it's not wood, but you know, it's got wood on the sides and stuff like that, so, you know, plus it's got the glass window in there. And for some yards that's a problem, but I mean the ones that are really picky, I don't even bother with those. It's a waste of time. I mean, I know of some yards they ask you to take the wheels off of like a barbecue or a bicycle. Can you believe that? Come on. Ain't nobody got time for that. Especially me. You know, I just noticed on this door, believe it or not, I know I really wasn't looking at it that much even when I picked it up, but it's got a brass knocker on there. I've been looking for one for my own house. Of course I'm going to take this thing off. I don't want to use that for anything, but it's easy to take off, and why give it to the junkyard, right? Why should they get it? I mean, they'll get it, but like the toys, you know, they're sold by like Toys R Us and whatever, Walmart, or they're advertised on TV. It says each sold separately. Well, then that's me. Yes, you get the scrap from me, but each piece is sold separately. So, I mean, if the corporate fucks can do this, then maybe I'll do that. Kind of copy their swag. Each piece sold separately. Treasure Kingdom. Yep. yes, you get the steel, and you know what? You'll get the doorknob too. That's breakage aluminum, and yeah, you can get some brass, but I'm not gonna scrap that, especially if it's any good, you know. I keep that. Let's keep life. Let's keep life. There's no name engraved on there or any like symbols or anything like that, so that's a good thing. It wasn't personalized. So plain Jane knocker. You don't find too many like that. So now the problem is, you know, that's the hoarding thing now. You gotta be careful, alright? Because, you know, you just, well, I'm really busy. I mean, what am I supposed to do with it? I want to keep it. I have good intentions for it. Okay, now it just went into that bucket right there. Because what am I supposed to do with it? I want to keep it. I don't have a knocker on my door. I'd like to have a knocker on the door. What do I do with it? If I put it in one of these brass barrels like here, well, it'll probably get trashed. So, I don't know. Very frustrating. It creates a dilemma. If I pack it away somewhere, it's going to disappear. And I know I don't have any time to deal with it right now. The scrap life, I tell you. I mean, you work for yourself. There is freedom. You're the boss. But you could drive yourself into absolute madness. Oh, yeah. I got ADHD so bad. There's that lamp I'm still messing with. Cut the cord. There is money in the cord. Not a lot. There's money in these rotors too. This stuff I sell separately. Once again, scrap metal. Each piece sold separately. There you go. Some AC compressors. Once again, each piece sold separately. So, sorry, junkyard. You only get one thing at a time. So, this load right here is just going to be shit iron. All picked through pretty much, except for those treadmills. I didn't take the motor out, but time-wise, it's probably not worth it. I mean, if I found them in the wintertime, like around January, I would definitely be doing that, but nah. Should I? Should I? Hey, it's a steel-toed boot. Ooh, with the boot. Yeah. You guys dare me? Scrap life. Steel-toed boot. Okay, how about this item right here? Load this into the scrap truck. Hey, there's steel on it. We got a steel frame. And on that tire right there, it's got a steel rim in it and a steel bracket and a brace. Yes, there's some plastic and there's some wood, but hey, these junkyards, I mean, they gotta learn to take the good with the bad. I just take my business somewhere else, you know? Right? Hey, it's metal. Well, at least some of it. Okay. Next item that a lot of scrappers would probably feel is questionable. This, well, it's got a plastic body, but there's an electric motor in there. Underneath that plastic right there, there's a little bit of metal. That's metal. Guess what? It's going to the scrapyard. It's on the truck. How about this thing right here? This vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I found that somebody cut the cord off, and that somebody wasn't me. But I'm like, to the guy that cut it off, hey, you forgot something. Oh, wait a minute, you don't want it. Hey, I'll take it. All right, the junkyard will take it. And next is this wonderful gem right here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left in there. Kind of hard to tell, the gauge is busted, but another little precious gem that Junkyard's going to be getting.